The Columbia Cougars are in the Tournament of Champion Finals for the second time in the last 4 years. The Cougars' win over Sparta in the semifinals was the team's 26th straight win. With the victory, head coach Johanna Wright collected her 400th career win. The Lady Knights of Sterling upset #1 seed Red Bank Catholic in their semifinal by a score of 70-60. With the win, the Lady Knights earned their first trip to the Tournament of Champions final. Sterling is attempting to become the first South Jersey girls team to win the Tournament of Champions title. Welcome to East Rutherford, New Jersey for the Continental Airlines Arena. We are at the First Union New Jersey Nets NJSIAA Girls Basketball Final. This is a Tournament of Champions featuring the Sterling Lady Knights against the Columbia Cougars. Hello everyone, I'm Leandra Riley along with Rob Kennedy. I called it a Tournament of Champions, and let's discuss the format. It is just that. To get here, you had to be a state champion.
Well, that's a great thing. You start with the 6 state champions, you put them together in a tournament. The TFC has been so successful because you bring all those state champions together.
All right, let's take a look at how our teams advance. We first are looking at Sterling and their victories over Marist and Red Bank Catholic.
On that win against Red Bank Catholic in the semifinals, RBC was the perennial favorite to be back here to defend their TFC title. Hadn't lost a game to a New Jersey team in 57 games. What a terrific win for Sterling to get here today.
And now let's take a look at Columbia's route to this championship final with wins over Wildwood and then Sparta.
And Sparta was the #2 seed, so Columbia also with an upset in the semifinals, setting up today's matchup.
All right, so it's Columbia against Sterling. Let's talk about some key players. We picked out a pair of 6'1" players, starting first for Sterling. She's their big scoring machine, Jessica Kopsky.
Well, Jessica Kopsky's been a 3-time All-State player, and why not? This is a player who scores as well as anybody in the state, averaged over 30 a game this year, the 3rd all-time leading scorer in New Jersey girls high school basketball. She can light it up.
And she's closing in on her 1,000-point plateau for just this season, 3,000 overall. For the Cougars, they have a scoring and rebounding sensation in Gail Wafile. She does it all.
Well, she'll be playing her college basketball at the Big East at Providence. The lefty can finish inside with both hands. You see her finish with the right and then back to her natural left. She's a slasher. She puts the ball to the floor, creates tough matchups for people. Individually trying to guard her straight up is very tough.
So we have our #3 and #4 seeds meeting in this Tournament of Championship Finals. It is Columbia against the Sterling Lady Knights. And we'll be back with more as we take a look at the crowd rocking in the house, and you can see the action on the floor. Welcome back to the Continental Airlines Arena for this Tournament of Championships final. Columbia against Sterling, 2 teams pursuing their first ever Tournament of Championships title. Now let's check in with another member of our broadcast team, and this is Rob Brooks, who's standing by.
Thanks a lot, Leandra. A couple of interesting notes about this matchup between #1 and #3 Columbia. First of all, since it's 4-3, it's the first time since 1994 that neither #1 nor #2 was involved in the finals. This matchup also creates the first all-public league final since 1989, the first year of the TOC. And by the way, Columbia was involved in that when they lost to Mendham that year. And finally, the last loss for each of these teams was to a Philadelphia Catholic League school. Columbia lost to St. Hubert's back in December, and Cardinal O'Hara beat Sterling in February. Leandra?
Thank you very much. Let's quickly get to our starting lineups for Sterling. Cook, there you see Kopsky, #52, Kenesha Wright, Lauren Ambruster, and Sam Savage. Sterling lineup, very good. This is Jackie Donovan. She's the interim head coach. We'll explain a little bit more about that later on. Quickly, let's take a look at the Columbia lineup. There you see Gail Wafile. Her younger sister will probably come in this game a little bit later on. Then Simmons, Kershaw, Davis, and England. And the head coach for Columbia is Johanna Wright. 400 wins already. This is her 21st season at Columbia. That 3 before the season began. So now we're ready to tip things off. Our officials are Carol Van Loos, Karen Hughes, and Gail Marquis. And it is Columbia in white by virtue of the higher seed. They are the home team, moving from left to right on your screen.
And you'll see Sterling mix things up defensively throughout the day. They'll play a little triangle and 2, little 1-3-1 zone, and they'll also pick up straight man.
This is Shonda Davis up at the top with the ball. Jessica Simmons going inside, dumping it down low. That's Selena Kershaw, who was stuffed, and it's coming back to the Sterling Lady Knights. Kopsky with the ball. Chantel Cook now coming up from the corner. Shot is short, but Kenesha Wright kicks it back out to her. And it is picked off. Nice pickup by Wafile. She's She's going to go all the way, but doesn't get it. And they're going to say her on the foul on the end line, so it goes back. A break for the Sterling Lady Knights.
Well, you see Columbia trying to attack inside. Their strength is their front court. This is a team that doesn't take many threes. In fact, they've only made 13 three-point shots on the season as a team. So they want to try and pound the ball inside. They've had 2 good looks in there already.
Kopsky loses the handle, and it goes back to Columbia.
One thing's for sure, every time Kopsky touches the ball, you're going to see a crowd of defenders around her. You come in averaging 30 points a game, you know you're going to get some defensive attention.
Sterling starting off with some pressure right here. Button England getting blocked. Traveling is called, goes back. So a little sloppy here in the early go of this Tournament of Championships final. A lot of turnovers.
Well, one of the things that's difficult in this setting is it's a different setting. Good look right there at Bill.
Bo Ulrich had triple bypass surgery back on January 24th. He's been with the team for 21 years, coaching for 5, and Jackie Donovan's the one who has to stand up and yell because he needs to stay calm due to the recent surgery.
Yeah, just came back, started sitting on the bench full-time in the state tournament. Why not? You're going to take that ride. We said makes recovery a little easier when your team's winning in advance.
You know, I don't know if I could sit on the bench. I think my heart would be pounding through my chest. I think I'd have to stay at home and have him tell me the score. Kopsky going for her first bucket, doesn't go. The rebound brought down by Jessica Simmons, 6'2" senior, one of the players headed to Providence. This is Simmons now. No basket yet in this ball game. We remain knotted at 0. 6:05 gone, or remaining in our first quarter.
And Columbia again gets another good look. Simmons inside. Those are shots she usually makes.
No shot there. Wafili with the rebound. Left-handed putback doesn't go, but she does draw a foul. I think it's going to be against Savage.
Seen Columbia very active inside, able to post up. Also on the offensive boards, there's a good look. Donovan was the all-time leading scorer in South Jersey high school history until Kopsky passed her earlier this season.
Wafili will go to the line. That foul was on Kopsky, not Savage. They were both down on top of her, but Kopsky picks up the first foul. So Wafili will shoot 2. Already made 95 free throws this season. She's one of the better free throw shooters on the team. But you know, when you get into a Tournament of Championships final and you're playing at the Continental Arena, it's a little nerve-wracking.
Well, and it's a different venue. You'll see so much open space behind the basket. You're not used to playing in a big arena setting.
It's not a high school gym, that's for sure.
We've seen it in times past when the state tournament used to be here a few years ago before it moved to the friendlier confines of the rack. That it was always a difficult shooting night seemed to be on this floor.
Nice pass inside, and the conversion by Kenesha Wright as she gets the first basket for the Sterling Lady Knights, and we have a 2-1 ball.
You see right away Sterling up in the full court pressure.
Nice help defense there. Wafili couldn't get it. Scramble for the loose ball. Columbia has it. And they're going to set things up. Shonda Davis at the top. From the corner, Button no. Button England doesn't get it. Wafili rebounds, stolen away by Savage. And here come the Lady Knights with a 2-1 lead and just over 5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Rims in and out for Kopsky as she looks to find her touch. Wafili throwing it away. She thought her teammate Button England would get down there a little bit faster. This is a substitution that happens very commonly for the Sterling Lady Knights. Alima Williams in the game for Lauren Ambruster. Alima Williams is a 5'7" sophomore, wearing number 42 for the blue team.
There's those doubles you're talking about. 1 of 10 combined, and again, it's a totally different atmosphere for these teams to play in. They've not played in a building like this all season long, yet you have to step into a building in this setting here in your TFC final, expected to make shots.
And they're not used to playing with Rob Kennedy calling a game like this. You know, that kind of rattles the nerves a little bit. So Columbia is whistled for the foul. She's trying to get the scorer's attention.
Some confusion over at the
scoring
scores
table. They're asking her to come back over. some discrepancy about, let's see, the score is 2-1. That is correct. I don't know what the score table's situation is. Carroll had to go back over there and straighten them out. 4.5 minutes remaining. Here comes Columbia in the corner. Still the team low shooting percentages. Some nerves. It's a little cooler in here. Maybe it's taking a little longer to warm up as you look at Selena Kershaw.
There's where Sterling's got to put the ball in Kopsky's hands. You're struggling. You have just one field goal. Go to your star.
Kenesha Wright gets stuffed by Jessica Simmons, and here comes Columbia.
Well, that front line of Columbia does it not only on the offensive end, but terrific defenders as well.
Kopsky picks that one off, stepping into the passing lane. Looking around for her teammates, pulls up for the three. It's a little off to the right, but Alina gets the ball back for her. Good hesitation move there by Savage. Three-point attempt again is Columbia with the rebound. That's Selena Kershaw. She stands 6'3".
And they've done a terrific job on the boards, both on the defensive end and on the offensive end as well.
Well, they have 3 players over 6 feet. The jump ball is called. Sterling will inbound it on the alternate possession. But with 3 big players like that inside, it's very, very hard to get the ball to go your way. We're inside the 4-minute mark. TV timeout has been called. It is 2-1. 3:27 remains in this first quarter of this Tournament of Championship Finals. We are back. Those balloons that they're waving in the air say the will to win. It's kind of hard to believe someone has a will to win when you see a score like 2-1 in a basketball game. But let's face it, everyone's a little nervous. They have the yips. Combined, I'm going to steal your stat. They're now 1 of 13 in the shooting department. We have 1 basket in the game, courtesy of Kenesha Wright for Sterling. And of course, with the other end for Columbia.
Well, Philly's had a couple good looks. They've been able to get the ball up. They were attacking Sterling's full court pressure, just unable to convert at the back end.
Savage looking to get it to Kopsky. Trying to run things off some screens, leave some defenders.
One of the keys all season long is when they've been able to get scoring out of right to complement Kopsky. Sterling's been nearly impossible to beat. I guess with a 30-1 record, that would be the case.
Savage goes in and out as we've seen the baskets go all season. Shonda Davis looking to get it inside. This is Simmons, the lefty, no. And this has been the story back and forth. Very aggressive on the defense, just rattling the rim on the offense.
No, and Simmons able to put the ball down on the floor and get her look inside. Columbia is still searching for that first field goal.
Savage slinging things over to the right, goes for the tray. Again, a little short, hitting the rim. Ball goes to Columbia. So Savage is trying to settle in and find her shot. We haven't heard anything from Kopsky as yet.
But Savage, known more for her ball handling and passing ability, set a TFC record with 12 assists in the semifinals last year. She looks past first, shot second.
Again, another foul of almost frustration down there as the penetration continues.
Well, Simmons has been able to put the ball to the floor and get inside the lane. This time you see her get fouled. She'll go to the line. Simmons' brother Duval started St. Joe's and won a TFC championship for Orange High School. And they upset Tim Thomas and the Patterson team.
Jessica Simmons, 6'2" senior, heading to Providence, misses the front end of her 2 shots.
Don't often see that, where 2 high school teammates will also be teammates at the college, especially at a level as high as the Big East.
And like her teammate, Gail Wafili, she makes the second. So we now have a tie game at 2 as we close in on the 2-minute mark here in this first quarter at this Tournament of Champions. This is Kopsky.
See the double team to force it out of her hands.
Kenesha Wright tries her luck. This is Cook who gets it.
So it happens sometimes when the defense concentrates so much on Kopsky with the double team, somebody's going to be open. The ball bounced right into Cook's hands on the offensive board.
And sometimes in the high school teams, when you have one player who is scoring and scoring and scoring, the other players aren't used to. But this team seems to have handled that well. They've seen Kopsky get double and triple team, and they know to step up when they have to. So another foul is called, and we're going back the other way. That was against Kershaw, offensive foul, so Sterling with an opportunity to take a 4-point lead, maybe even a 5. And Kopsky loses the handle. It goes out of bounds. And you see a look of frustration on Savage and Kopsky's faces. As Selena Kershaw takes a seat on the bench.
Well, absolutely no flow to the game right now.
Absolutely
neither team able to score, and neither team able to get into any kind of consistent flow offensively. Younger sister JoJo Wafili is in the game, playing with her older sister Gail. As we see another errant pass picked off by Wright. Savage looking around to see who's open. Now Gail Wafili really has Kopsky covered, so Savage has to look elsewhere. Wafili, a terrific athlete, utilizing her quickness to try and handle Kopsky.
Kopsky in good position here. Goes left, tries posting up, and no. So she's not having a good day inside, but does draw the foul off of Jessica Simmons. That'll be Simmons' first foul. 6 turnovers for Columbia in this game as they try to settle down.
It's been a tough game for everybody, not just the team shooting the ball, but how about the officials right off her head? Come on, it's been a tough start here in the first quarter.
Aren't they supposed to wear helmets? Okay, Kopsky is a great free throw shooter. 85% from the line.
And that's one of the key. You don't get to near 1,000 points in a season without being able to convert on the line. You know, you're getting doubled and triple teams, getting hacked inside. Kopsky at 85%, taking full advantage from the line.
With those 2 points, she is now just 19 points away from 1,000 points this season. She would need 43 to get to the 3,000-point plateau for her career.
And that's not beyond the realm of possibility. Had 35 in the semis in an unbelievable performance against Red Bank Catholic.
Tough shot by Wafili. Thought it was going in, and it did everything but. Kopsky looked to spot up and saw 2 Columbia defenders in front of her and thought better of it.
She's got a size mismatch right now.
Yep. Little fadeaway jumper. No. So Kopsky really taking some time as we're inside 10 seconds here. No baskets for her in this first quarter. Nothing but air for England. And Horn ends the first quarter, and Kopsky is shut down. Moral victory for Columbia, but right now it is Sterling that is on top, 6-2. School sports and their enthusiasm, and right now they're trying to fire up their team. Columbia, look at the field goal shooting, 0 for 10. Now you know that's not going to last once they settle in. 6-2 is our score at the end of the first quarter, and we also have 10 turnovers in a, I'll call it a nerve-wracked game, not a sloppy game.
Yeah, a little bit of both right there. But the thing is, Columbia's been getting good shots. Johanna Wright's team has gotten shots inside the paint. That's exactly where they want to go. They're not forcing outside shots, so you would expect them to start knocking a few down. You'd also expect Kopsky, not often that she gets shut out in a quarter. She's just got the 2 points from the foul line.
And 0 for 6 from the field.
You'd expect her to heat it up as well.
Nice dish down low. I'm surprised. Look at that. It just won't go in. Need to concentrate and finish. Left-handed turnaround. No. Kopsky comes up with it. They're calling it a jump ball. And it'll go the way of the Lady Knights of Sterling.
And again, Columbia with 2 good shots in the paint. Simmons with a miss, Wafili with a terrific offensive rebound. Instead of putting the ball on the backboard, instead try to lay it up soft. So right now, Columbia just unable to find the mark. Getting good shots, though.
This is Kenesha Wright. Chantel Cook giving it to Kopsky.
See how Kopsky able to step herself outside, can post you up as well.
She's got 2 on her. Cook alone. Kopsky from the other side. This time she gets the tray.
And that's why she's such a great scorer. She can take you inside and post you up, but she can also step it out. The quick release from three, her first field goal on the game.
And finally, we have a basket at this end, thanks to Wafili. And that is her first basket of the game as these ladies settle down. Good steal here, but she's out of bounds. Good hustle.
Good hustle once again. Columbia all over the place on the defensive end. Nice duck in on the other end by Wafili for their first field goal. So she's all over the place. You see the good hustle as she's out of bounds, trying to save the basketball.
Alima Williams inbounding it for the Sterling Lady Knights. Kopsky up top this time, handling the ball.
Look at the defense against Savage, trying to keep the ball out of her hands.
Good ball fake. Kopsky creating the space. It was a two.
And she created that space two ways. The ball fake and then the one dribble in and the step back. That's a difficult shot to hit when you're stepping back to get yourself up.
Lena Williams creating some problems on the outside. Kopsky tries to stuff her. It doesn't happen as JoJo Wafili gets a basket. She says, hey, my sister did that, I can do it.
That's right, Wafili doing it both ends. She's the player right now, keeping the ball out of Savage's hands defensively. She gets the score at the other end as well.
Trying to run off these screens. Players trying to get free. Chantel Cook. Kopsky running around, getting chucked and not getting flustered. Not running off this screen, but running with the screen. Kopsky on the inside shot, no. Kenesha Wright, no. Brought down by Alima Williams. Savage going long range. It's a three, doesn't drop. And they're going to say it stays with the Lady Knights. Great hustle by Columbia, went out of bounds.
Well, look at the step back right there by Kopsky as she's able to hit the shot. And then right here, Wafili, JoJo with the drive and finish inside. So both teams now finally starting to get into some flow offensively.
JoJo's just a freshman too. What a bright future she has. What an opportunity to play in the Tournament of Championship Finals as a freshman.
Well, her sister did the same thing 4 years ago. Was a very important part of that team 4 years ago when they got to the TFC final.
Savage thought Kopsky was cutting a little faster than she was. The ball goes away, and here comes Columbia.
That's something Savage is used to. Had just 76 turnovers on the season. So she really values the basketball from that point guard spot.
Jessica Simmons looking for space. The leaner in. That's going to be against Kopsky. And that is her second.
And that got Bill Urick up off the bench on the sideline. As you see right there, Kopsky thought she had good position. Simmons trying to get to the basket. But Jackie Donovan, and that's the first time we saw Bill up all game. He was arguing that call. Got to be hard trying to keep yourself calm on the sideline.
Conversion by Jessica Simmons. She now has 2 points. Both of them from the free throw line. You saw her performance there against Sparta. 12 points. Now she's 3 out of 4 from the line in this ball game. And it is 11-8, Sterling on top, second quarter.
Not sure if she called glass, but she'll take it.
As long as it's in, she'll take it. Chantel Cook calling the play. Alima Williams trying to get to Kopsky.
And look at the defense by Wafili. Keep it away. Terrific defense against Kopsky.
That fadeaway didn't work for Kenesha Wright. Columbia with the rebound. This is Wafili. Away, dumps it in low. And they're going to say the extra step before you took that shot, Jessica Simmons.
Looked like she got a little push in the back, no call. And instead, she traveled with the ball. But Wafili doing it at both ends of the floor. Pushing the pace in transition. Able to get deep into the lane, draws 2 defenders. Little contact, no call.
Little Kenesha Wright hip check there. Kenesha Wright looking for someone to get open. Cook's running around. Kopsky running into these tall players on the inside. 6'1", 6'3", 6'2". valiant attempt by Jessica Simmons to get that rebound. Her momentum carried her out of bounds, however, and Sterling gets to keep the ball. And now coming into the game is Jen Romeo. She'll replace Chantel Cook. And a timeout has been called. Our score, 11-8. We are back. Our score is 11-8. Let's take a quick look at our past winners in this tournament of championships. These are our past 10. Defending champion Red Bank Catholic. They were bounced by Sterling earlier. Yeah, one thing you notice about that list is no one has ever been able to repeat on the girls' side. RBC was the odds-on favorite, and this is the first odd-numbered year that St. John Vianney's not going to win the title. They have a record 5 wins, all in odd-numbered years, but not this year. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. The Millennium broke that string. And now either Sterling or Columbia will get the 2001 banner to hang in their gymnasium. It'll be a first for either one of these teams, and a special distinction to Sterling if they should win it, because no team from South Jersey in the women's tournament has ever won this event. Columbia, no stranger to this format. They've been in this tournament before, and they have been in this championship final before.
Losing to Mendham in a terrific game, 67-62 3 years ago.
Gail Wafili positioned herself beautifully to catch that pass from Sterling. Simmons off balance, rattles and goes. That's her first basket of the ball game.
That may have been the toughest shot she's taken all night. Guarded, a hand in her face. But once again, they've been getting shots in the lane. Sterling's got to do a better job of trying to push Columbia off the spot.
Savage has 893 assists, #1 in school history. So our first look at Jennifer Romeo as it kicks back up to Savage.
Well, Savage has been able to dominate games from the point guard spot by delivering the ball. She's the Group 2 MVP 2 years ago with 11 assists.
Kopsky picked up her dribble, looking for help. Whoa, Romeo, the crossover has, oh, she should have pulled up and shot. She had the space. Long range from Kopsky, off to the right. Columbia gets it.
One of the few times you'll see Kopsky force a shot.
And they're going to call the charge against Button England. That is her first foul. As Jennifer Romeo takes the charge, establishes position, and got plowed into. Columbia and Sterling each have 4 fouls for the team in this 1-point ball game. Yes, for 3.
Well, they run a pick and roll, and the defense tries to slide behind. You've got to make sure that you come over top of screens when he's got the ball in her hands. Too good a shooter from deep.
And they've been good coming off the screens in past possessions. This time she got away from them with this 3-point shot. Columbia keeps it. Good defense by Sterling. Just don't go down for Columbia. They will eventually, though. They will settle in. Kopsky goes baseline. Little ball fake there. Gets it to her teammate, and Kenesha Wright converts her second basket of the game.
Well, you think of Kopsky scoring so much, but she's in the top 10 all-time in assists. It's Sterling as well. When she gets the double team, she's able to find others.
Good quick hands by Romeo. Deflects that pass away. Savage thought somebody was coming in with her in that middle passing lane. And they're going to call it traveling. Well, tough call. The defense came running down underneath. See, nobody was in that middle lane. That's what she was looking for. Finally, she comes in, but that's too bad.
There's a double team. Kopsky able to split it and find a teammate cutting through.
JoJo Wafili goes long range. No, but her sister gets the rebound. Dribbles around the defense. Nothing but air.
Well, their shooting woes continue.
This is Nicole Gooding coming into the game.
Jessica Simmons, even though her team is struggling offensively, here's a nice move. Puts the ball to the floor, little half spin. Even with the contact, able to get it to go. Columbia right now hanging in this game because of their defense. They haven't been able to score, but they've been able to keep Sterling down as well.
Savage for three. No, short.
You can see Columbia's inviting Savage to take that three-point shot.
This is off the bench, takes that quick shot. It looks good, but no luck. What a tough break for Gooding. She had so many injuries. And now she's able to come back, earned her way into a starting position last year and then was injured. Then she collided with a teammate, had a concussion. And it's just not the way you want to see your career go as you wind up your high school years. Sterling
looking to hold the basketball for the last shot of the first half. Double stack delay.
Kanisha Wright. Back to Kopsky. Romeo back to Kanisha Wright. Jennifer Romeo. Clock's down to 8 seconds, 7 seconds.
You know they're going to Kopsky.
4 seconds to the half. Oh, the pass is thrown 2-1, and it's just going to end with no shots going off. And a 16-10 score. So Sterling opens things up with a 5-0 run to end this second quarter and surge to a 6-point lead over Columbia in this Tournament of Championships. As Bill Ulrich has words for Kopsky as they head into the locker room. Welcome back to the First Union New Jersey Nets Tournament of Championships. This is the Sterling Lady Knights against the Columbia Cougars in the women's final. We are at the half. Our score is 16-10 here at the Continental Airlines Arena. Hello once again, I'm Leanne Variety along with Rob Kennedy. Rob Ricks, you just heard at the half with his interview all about this tournament. So let's talk about this particular game. It has not been a hot hand for either team, shooting what, 33% from the field?
Yeah, neither team shoot the ball well, especially the first quarter. The first quarter, both teams really struggled. A little nervous, a new setting, a different venue, tough place to shoot with such a deep backdrop. Neither team able to put the ball in the bucket.
All right, Jessica Kopsky, actually both Jessicas on either side of the bench are the leading scorers, but we'll talk about Kopsky first. She was a little quiet in the first quarter, but she really lit it up in the second quarter with 10 points.
Well, here's this nice step back coming behind the screen. She's too good a scorer to be kept down. She was their leading scorer with 10, but she struggled just 3 of 12 from the field, right with 4 and Cook with 1 follow-up.
On the other side for Columbia, their Jessica, that would be Jessica Simmons, number 41. She's getting the job done for them. 5 points in the game so far.
Well, tough move inside. They've got to be able to convert some of those inside shots they've had. Simmons with 5, Nufali with 3, and her younger sister JoJo, the freshman, with 2. That's all of their scoring, though, in the first half.
Now, surprisingly, the stats are very similar. Both teams not shooting very well. You see 23%, a little worse for Columbia with 14%. Free throws 2 for 2, 4 of 6. Rebounds are even. Turnovers, surprisingly, are relatively even. So that accounts for the score being 16-10, but both teams have got to improve on that field shooting percentage, and I think that is what is going to happen in this second half. We'll be throwing it in for the second half action here in this Tournament of Champions after this. We are back and ready to start our second half. You know, one quick note about Gail Wafili that doesn't always show up in our halftime stats. She has 9 rebounds and 2 steals for Columbia. So she's getting other things done for this squad.
And she's done a great job defensively against Kopsky as well. So that's a tough assignment. You see Kopsky, she started 0 for 6 from the field. One of the big reasons was that terrific defense from Wafili.
It'll be Columbia's ball once they inbound as we switch baskets. Their starters, this is Gail Wafili. The game clock has not yet started. Oh, and they just turned it on, 7:59. So a few seconds of free dribbling for Columbia. Somehow I don't see it as a decided advantage since there is no shot clock.
You gotta wait. What if it's a last second shot? We
well,
come down to the last, you never know.
Some extra seconds there to dribble the ball.
See Wafili grabbing her wrist. She's been all over the place. Saw her diving for a loose ball, running through all those screens that Kopsky goes through. So much energy expended trying to take Kopsky away. I think at times it has hindered her offense. Held to just 3.
That foul was on Alima Williams. 16-10 remains our score as the clock winds down to 7:45. Columbia maintaining possession here. and they'll go long range to Shonda Davis. She gets it down. Lena Kershaw, who's back in the game, who's a starter. Wafili off the glass, and now she finds her mark. How many times we saw that? Rim in and out. This time it drops.
They go high-low as Simmons once again maneuvering on the high post, able to find Wafili down low.
Kopsky accelerating, goes baseline, weaving right and left. Had the shot, but it didn't go. But that's why you have teammates like Kenesha Wright. She does a little cleanup duty, and she now has 6 points.
All right, had the first field goal of the game. Starts off first field goal here in the second half for Sterling.
Button England way off the mark, or maybe it was a pass to Wafili. We'll call it that. Wafili quickly getting 4 points in this second half to bring her total up to 7 for the game.
You talked about her 9 rebounds. A number of those were on the offensive boards. Once again, being active in the right spot at the right time.
This is Chantel Cook. Savage trying to move this defense around so they can get their shots off. Kopsky seems to be rushing her shot just a little bit.
On that time, she had Wafili right in her face, challenging.
As it has been all day. Wafili really effective defensively and offensively.
Well, you see right now she's going to work for rebounding position, posting up right inside the nice little high-low, able to get the defender pinned on her back. And here's that offensive rebounder. Seeing her fight for position, she gets herself inside, able to get the putback.
Looked like it wasn't going to go, but it did. 11 points now for Kopsky as the subs come in.
Kopsky continues her string. She's been in double figures every game this season. Look at that performance against Red Bank Catholic. 35 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. A perfect 10 for 10 from the line in the fourth quarter. What an incredible performance in the semifinals against the #1 seed.
20-14 is our score. Wafili looking to get it down low to Jessica Simmons. Goes off her hands.
Wafili went down. Looked like she took a shot to the face.
Well, she seems to be in considerable pain here. Maybe she was poked in the eye. That always... They seem to be addressing her left eye. She's sitting out. That's always a good sign. Oh, she's okay. That's always scary. You hate to see something like it with the eye.
You see they go perfect pick and roll, and on the follow through takes a shot to the face right there.
Looks like Chantel Cook. Watch the right hand of Chantel Cook. She comes flying in with her hand.
Yep. She put a little bow right there, inadvertent. And she's up and looks like she'll be back in the game before long. She's
taking a drink of water, resting and waiting till her eyes regain focus. So we're back in action here. Jojo Wafili putting some pressure on Savage. Kopsky too deep, gets stuffed. And they're saying foul on the ground. Looks like it'll be against Chikwe Okaro.
Great defense right here by Simmons to come up with the block, but then they get the reach down low.
Loose ball scramble. Comes up with it, kicks it back up to Kopsky, all alone for an NBA three, and it's good.
Well, she's got that type of range right there on a broken play. Offensive rebound, they kick it up. Kopsky right there to deliver from deep.
15 points for her. Sterling with the offensive rebound, or defensive rebound, Kenesha Wright, and they bring it back their way as they try to expand on a 23-14 lead. Kopsky fires quickly. It's off to the right. Columbia with the rebound.
Credit Simmons for coming out and challenging. Kopsky thought she had an open shot, and here came Simmons.
Wafili's pass was a little low for Chikwe Okaro. And now Gail Wafili is back. Here you see Chikwe, and it's just to her knees, so just a bad pass. Speaking Speaking of using your head, JoJo Wafili gains control.
Nice move by
like
Simmons.
That. Well, tried to sell it with her shoulder to the right, went around to the left. And they're just getting all the time to put things back in the world.
And right now, Columbia trying to get things done inside. That's their strength, their front court. Simmons with a good move, stays with it, follows up, not there, but Wafili once again on the offensive glass. She's been able to do some good damage inside.
And that foul was on Cook. It was her first.
Coming into the game, she was averaging over 21 a game for Johanna Wright's team in the state tournament, including a 34-point, 16-rebound performance against Marlboro in a Group 4 finals. That Marlboro team with a terrific group of underclassmen, starting 4 freshmen, getting all the way to the Group 4 state finals. They'll be a team to be reckoned with the next few years here in Jersey.
3:15 is our score. Johanna Wright's daughter plays for Syracuse. She's also got players like Stacey Townsend who play for Seton Hall. Great tradition there at Columbia to put players in the college ranks at the D1 level.
Certainly have. Marcy Dixon at UVA, her daughter Jasmine here to watch the game. One of the stars of the team back in '98 when they got all the way to the TFC final.
Another turnover for Columbia. You can see that was their 11th turnover. Romeo having to move to the ball. She's got little Wafili, that's JoJo Wafili in her face. This is Savage handling it. Kopsky shooting a little quicker, flying in is Wafili who blocks the shot, and Columbia gets it back.
Tell you what, Kopsky's points have not come easy tonight.
And neither have Wafili's. They would call this a jump off and goes back the other way. So the good hustle by Columbia. Just got to get the points to drop. 23-15 is the score. We are in the third quarter here at the Continental Airlines Arena for the First Union New Jersey Nets Tournament of Champions.
The full court pressure, trying to see if they can turn some defense into offense.
Good passing to break the press here. Kopsky goes baseline, pulls up, yes.
Tough shot coming hard off that screen. Defenders hanging all over. She's got a quick release. She comes off that screen, and as soon as she sees a glimpse of daylight, you know that shot's getting up.
She has 7 points this quarter, 17 for the game.
Pretty quiet 17. You know?
Yes, yes.
When you're a scorer that averages 30, I guess you got to get some quiet 17 at times.
Gail Wafili, space, loses the handle. And in the heroics to save it, that really hurt. Jessica Simmons whistled for the foul. That is Simmons' first foul. And a timeout has been called with our score at 25-15. We are back. Columbia, no stranger to adversity. There are 7 girls this year in New Jersey who went over the 2,000-point plateau, and Columbia has had the privilege of playing against 4 of them. They played against Mendham's Kelly Saminsky, then they played against Belva May of Orange and Nicole Loudon of Patterson-Kennedy, and then Monica Johnson of Wildwood, and now, of course, Jessica Kopsky of Sterling. All players who have scored more than 2,000 points in their career. So they've seen some big scores, and they've been very effective against them. They lost to Mendham back in December, and right now they're against Kopsky's team Sterling in this Tournament of Champions final.
And Monica Johnson, just a junior, so she'll have an opportunity to build upon that 2,000-point mark.
Kopsky looking to create space against Wafili. Wafili's not buying into it. Savage getting it down low to Kenesha Wright. Wafili's defense, look at that, blocks it and steals it all in one fell swoop.
Great defense by Simmons to come out and come up with the block and keep it in play.
My miscue is Wafili with the shot, Simmons with the great defense. And you know, in the height factor, Simmons does have an inch on her, but she has tremendous reach. She's 6'2", Kopsky is 6'1".
And their offensive woes have put Columbia in some difficult spots. Another over-the-back foul. You get frustrated. You're not making shots. Try and get after it on the offensive glass. They've picked up some foul trouble because of their inability to get things done on the offensive end.
Savage pulls up. No, nothing but air on that one. This is Wafili, Gail Wafili. Weaving in and out.
Wow, a lot of contact for no call.
Yeah. Kopsky knew Wafili was coming. She could feel it. She runs into the towers and still on the backpedaling is able to get the shot off and makes it good.
Well, she's able to hit some off-balance shots. She's got that little step-back move. Once again, able to convert inside. She's building up those point totals.
Timeout has been called by Johanna Wright, and she's trying to say, hey, you know, we can't come down there wild and reckless on our offense. We're doing things right defensively, but come on, offensively, we've got to. Kopsky goes back to the huddle.
Kopsky really now starting to get things going on the offensive end. You know, she's such a terrific player. You know that she's going to have all kinds of defensive attention throughout. She's a smart player and doesn't force shots.
At the 2001 Tournament of Hockey Finals here at 8 p.m. on CNN 8. CNN 8 is bringing you basketball, and hockey, so keep the popcorn popping. 27-17 is our score. Still a 10-point game. Did you hear Simmons yell for JoJo Wafili to get out of the way? I've got Kopsky. That was cute. She said, I've got her. I've got ball.
Well, they've done a good job of mixing things up. Both Wafili and Simmons trying to do a job on Kopsky, forcing her to take as many shots as she can.
O'Caro out, Gooding into the game for Columbia. Look at the intensity on Simmons' face. Wafili waiting to poach. Kopsky wheels on her. Double team doesn't bother her. Lefty layup goes.
And all of a sudden, she's starting to get on a roll right now.
10 points in the first. 2, 4, 7, 8, 9 so far in this third quarter alone.
See, she's able to put the ball to the floor. Good defense. She gets by the first defender and gets it up on the glass.
Let's see how Gail Wafili responds.
They've got to get something going offensively. It's been a nightmare all game long on the offensive end for Columbia.
Shonda Davis has been quiet with regards to points. She averages 6 per game.
Johanna Wright's team shot 52% from the floor in the upset against Sparta. They got to get layups like that to get their shooting percentage back up.
Wafili, the freshman, putting them up. Kopsky tries a hesitation. It's flicked away. What tremendous defense we've been seeing from Columbia against Kopsky.
Kopsky shows she can handle the basketball as well, putting it down on the floor. There's that double stack. They'll hold the ball for the last shot.
Not to be. Quick hands of Columbia deflecting that away.
Well, Savage with the good look. Backdoor cut by Kopsky. Almost had the layup.
There's 22 seconds remaining. Again, no shot clock, just a game clock. Boy, Kopsky's really had to work in this ball game. Sam Savage holding it up top as the clock winds down inside 10 seconds. And Kenesha Wright goes for the layup, but she will instead shoot 2 as she is fouled in her drive to the basket. You're looking at interim head coach Jackie Donovan, former player here. We get a good look at the foul.
Well, Wright able to get good position inside, gets a defender on her back, able to pick up the foul. See,
it's Gooding's first. Kenesha Wright's first trip to the foul line in this game.
So much is talked about Kopsky. You forget about Wright, 1,000-point scorer in her own right, signed earlier this season with FDU, playing for the Lady Knights next year.
In her own right.
Snuck it in.
3, 2, 1. Someone's got to take a shot. Not to drop, and the third quarter will end with a 10-point lead intact for Sterling. 29-19 is our score as this Tournament of Champions draws to a one-quarter ball game, and we will be back with that final quarter after these messages. Our final quarter in this Tournament of Champions is about to get underway. 29-19 is our score. Block shots. Look at Columbia, and you got to credit a lot of those to Simmons. 5 for the team. Now coming up next on CN8, it is the boys Tournament of Champions final. SHABAZZ against St. Anthony's. And the crowd is starting to fill in for that game as well, as they tried to give a big rally to Columbia as they came onto the floor, trying to encourage them to shoot a little more accurately. Yeah, despite their poor shooting, they're still in the game, only down 10. Their defense has done an admirable job against Kopsky at the other end. If they can get some offense going, they could stay in it. 14th turnover, though. If you're not shooting the ball, you got to take care of the basketball. Absolutely, absolutely. That is so important. And now the full court pressure is on from Columbia, trying to delay some of this scoring that the Lady Knights have been making, and it turned into a turnover. Now that's a moral victory when you come in from a timeout or the end of a quarter and you have a game plan and you execute. A point here would be so important. And not only to cut the lead, but to get them back up in that full court pressure. One of the problems, they want to press. If you can't put the ball in, can't set up the press. Kopsky crisscrosses the lane, doesn't get it. Count the basket and the foul. Right, able to maneuver in on the offensive glass. See, Kopsky got herself deep into the lane. That's a shot she usually puts in. Great job by Wright to clear out space. Gets the offensive board, and she'll have an opportunity to finish off the old-fashioned three-point play. Second trip to the line. She has 6 points in the ball game. Was 0 for 2 for free throws. Now she is 1 of 3. Converting the and one. Lead swells to 32-19. 7 minutes and 10 seconds left to the season for the seniors on the floor. And for both these teams, there's a ton. Both teams start five seniors. A lot of experience on the floor. In the back court. Draws the foul as the press is a little too aggressive. And again, it's the frustration of not being able to score. They just are unable to get anything done on the offensive end, and Johanna Wright's team forced to be aggressive on the defensive end, picks up the foul. And that was the 7th team foul, so Kopsky has a chance to go to the line. 4 for 4 from the line. She was 10 for 10 against Red Bank Catholic in the second half in that semifinal. Boyd Sands is talking about it. Coming down in the fourth quarter, you expect somebody to get tired. Not so. Kopsky stepped to the line. It was a perfect 10 for 10 from the line in the fourth quarter. One of the reasons why Sterling able to pull the upset against the Caseys. Let's see what Columbia can do this time if they can settle down. They still have enough time to pull this thing out. They just have to keep their wits about them. The Sterling defense. Davis taking a shot finally. Well, she's been quiet. She needs to get her 6 points. It would be very important in this ball game. She averages that per game. Team's down by 13. Well, they're going to have to get scoring from their guards. Johanna Wright's team, the defense of Sterling collapsing so much inside. And she draws the foul on the good inbounds play. They get it to Wafili. But that's only 3 team fouls against Sterling, but it was in the act of shooting, so she gets 2 anyway. Well, you're supposed to be sitting down and staying quiet, but much excitement when you coach for 35 years and you get yourself all the way to the TFC final. It's hard to just sit back and be quiet. You know the emotion's going to take over. I'll tell you, Jessica Simmons has been very effective in the paint here. She's got around the line. She's got 4 out of 5 from the free throw line. Make that 5 out of 6. She now has 7 points in the ball game.
And a made foul shot allows them to get up into full court pressure. Another turnover.
Another turnover, but not by them.
Nice high-low.
This is Wafili, yes.
Momentum clearly on Columbia's side, and Sterling wants a timeout to regroup.
10 points for Wafili now. 34-25. They have closed to 9. And they have to adjust to that full court press, and that is exactly what they are talking about right now. You said it, you got to protect the ball.
And it's been their full court pressure that's turned defense into off the end of the steal right here. The nice high-low to get them back within 9.
First team on the floor is the one who's on the run. 6-0 run by Columbia. And look at the numbers for Gail Wafili. She's responsible. 10 points, 2 for 4 free throws, but those 14 rebounds, so important. And this pressure is working by Columbia against the Sterling Lady Knights. And you know that's what they talked about in that huddle.
Well, that's been the key to the run. It's been the full court pressure. They've been able to turn turnovers into points.
Well, I'll tell you, there was contact there as she got it over here.
Once
that
again,
was against Shonda Davis.
Columbia's pressure nearly forced the turnover. Davis a little late closing out to that high looping pass. Jackie Donovan wants her team to be a little bit more accurate and getting the ball in bounds against the press.
Sam Savage at the line for the first time. She's about a 65% free throw shooter. She gets the 1, but no and 1 because she didn't make the first. 34-25. Columbia really needs a basket clock at 6:13 in this 4th and final quarter of the Tournament of Champions.
They've had some success with the high-low with Simmons on the high post.
There's Simmons on the high.
Inside.
And they called a quick whistle against, might be Kenesha Wright. Yep, it is. That'll be her 4th. It's her 3rd. Her third personal foul. The team foul is number 4. Simmons getting pancaked. Wow, they're calling it tight down there now.
Well, Simmons being just ducking right back into the lane to find the open spot. You see right here on the ball reversal, she seals, steps right back up, makes herself available, forces the foul.
So Savage gets whistled for her 2nd foul, and the team fouls climb to 5 for Sterling. Columbia has 8 team fouls. Chantel Cook. No, a lot of scramble underneath for position. They'll call the jump ball. Possession arrow going the other way. So Sterling will inbound the ball, and Columbia will stay right in their faces. Now let's see what Chantel Cook does now if they go for that long looping pass. Romeo's open. Good block there. She sent it right back out of bounds.
That's right.
But
It hit Savage. It hit Savage, who was standing out of bounds, so it's Columbia's basketball. Another turnover out of the press.
Cook is open. This is Wafili, gets under the defense, doesn't drop. Wafili with her own rebound. This is now. Traveling is called.
Wow, tough call right there. Columbia all over the offensive glass. Looked like some contact inside. Instead, they don't get the foul call. They get whistled for travel.
Sterling brings in Chantel Cook, taking out Jennifer Romeo.
Johanna Wright, she can't believe it. I don't blame her.
Yeah, that was pretty rough under there. Timeout by Sterling. She saw no opportunities and said, I need to talk to the coach.
One thing's for sure, this pressure defense from Columbia has done a good job changing this game around.
This is why Johanna Wright jumped to her feet. Not this shot here, but these putbacks.
You see a little contact, no call.
It's this one here.
Yeah, I tell you
behind Kopsky.
She did not travel with the basketball either. Sometimes you get the shuffle of the feet down below. Not the case. Should have been 2 shot. Tough break for Columbia.
You're looking at the brain trust of Jackie Donovan and Bill Ulrich. 35 years of coaching with Bill Ulrich, 21 with the girls team, 14 with boys basketball, 15 conference championships, 4 state championships. Jackie Donovan, an outstanding player with over 2,500 points. And they're going to blow the whistle against Sam Savage.
Still not a shooting situation,
no,
as that was the
6th
sixth team foul.
The next one will send him to the line. Poor Gail Wafili, she just can't get those little chippies. Jump ball's called, now it will stay here.
And she's doing a great job driving by everybody, getting to the lane. She just can't get it to fall. Knifing through the lane, able to somehow get the ball up to the rim. Watch right here, little ball fake, gets a defense coming.
Nice move.
Steps behind, does everything but put the ball in the bucket.
So now the possession arrow is pointing to Sterling. And Sterling has 16 fouls. Good block by Kopsky, and Sterling comes up with it. This is Chantel Cook single-handedly breaking the press. Kopsky pulls up. No. And it's back the other way. 34-25. It's a 9-point game, and they're going to call Kopsky. And we're going to the 1-and-1.
All right, now the pace favoring Columbia. They've got the momentum. They want this game going up and down the court.
And Kopsky's whistled for her 3rd foul. 7 on the team.
Wafili just forcing the action right there. Leaning in, making sure that there's contact. Forcing the officials to blow the whistle.
Points, the difference. 5:11 left.
And anytime you can get points at the line, stop the clock, and allow yourself to set up in the full court pressure. Want to get to the line.
Oh, I never saw so many bounce on the rim. Someone's injured on the floor. It is Kopsky. Official calling the timeout, and Kopsky is writhing in pain about something. I can't tell if it's a knee, ankle.
She's hurt, and again, I didn't see it either.
I didn't see what brought her down. I was following the ball. They're looking at maybe her right leg. Let's see if we can take a look. And she went down. Might have been her ankle, her right ankle, or her right knee.
Looked like she just rolled it. Take a look. Ball's coming. Yep, she rolled her ankle right there.
Looks like the right ankle.
Yep.
That seems to be what they're looking at right now. They're moving her right foot around. You can see it's already heavily taped. Oh, she's grimacing.
She rolled on it pretty good right there, too.
This would be a big loss if she doesn't stand up and walk this thing off.
Well, so much of their offense is dependent on her. She averages 30 a game, but everything runs through her. The senior star, boy, you hate to see that going down in your last game.
Oh, boy, yes. She's headed to Drexel next year. She seems to be walking
Putting a little pressure.
A little pressure, checking it out. Sometimes it's more frightening than that initial pain, and then after a minute or two, you check it out, and you hop up and down, and maybe you're okay.
I tell you what, as she's going off, it doesn't look like she's going to be back anytime soon.
No, it doesn't. A real test for Jackie Donovan and Bill Ulrich to settle this squad down and saying, hey, we've got to finish without Jessica Kopsky.
Look at that 3rd quarter when she really went on fire to stretch the lead out. But remember, this is a senior-dominated team, so some of the other members of her senior class going to have to step up and pick up the slack with Kopsky out.
So Kopsky sits down 23 points. Romeo is back in the game for Sterling. They'll bring it in at the sideline there.
Another tip by Simmons. She's so active at the point of that pressure, D.
Call that wingspan, and she just really, she's quick. And I think that's part of the surprise. We don't expect the quickness from such a tall player, and she is that and more. Very quick.
Reacts very quick to the ball.
Palming the ball. She went from this hand to that hand as her feet were moving. And the ball didn't go on the ground. Another turnover forced by Columbia.
Well, here's where they've got to take advantage right now. Sterling with Kopsky on the bench. Shows a different zone look.
They're going to call a jump ball. It should be pointing towards Sterling.
You got to get a better offensive possession right there. You want the ball in either Simmons' hand or Wafili. They rushed it. Only down 8, 5 minutes left. Settle in. Take advantage of Kopsky being out right now.
It's easy for you to say. You're sitting over here. Panic strip.
That's right. A little panic set in. Got to get a better offensive possession.
Kopsky getting treatment. Oh, don't hesitate. Start moving. Protect the ball, jump ball now goes the way. Columbia's ball. Columbia just having a brilliant fourth quarter here.
What's interesting,
their full court press has just been so effective.
And what's interesting, they fall behind, so they're forced to press. But it's been the most effective thing they've been able to do all game.
Well, she missed Simmons. Simmons was wide open. Off-balance shot by Shonda Davis. No, Simmons goes back up. Traveling is called, and Sterling will inbound the ball.
Well, once again, they get Simmons trying to gather herself.
Romeo goes for the home run. Too much time is taken. Let's go to Rob Brooks.
Thanks a lot, Leandra. Jessica Kopsky is making her way back into the game. The trainer reinforced the tape job on her right ankle, but even when she was laying on the ground looking like she was writhing, her coach, Jackie Donovan, was able to get her to laugh. There's no way she's sitting out the last 4:36 of this one.
Well, if not, it's a morale booster for Sterling to see her back in the game. Wafili, short. Simmons rebounds. Put back, yes.
Well, Simmons doing it all right now, not only at the point of that zone defense, but on the offensive glass.
The foul is going to be against. It's not a foul. They're going to say she was out of bounds with her foot, and it'll be Sterling's ball.
They called it travel. They said Wafili traveled when she got possession and went down to the ground. Tough trap.
Pass to Kopsky. Watch the collision. Romeo saves it. Kopsky's got it. A little too aggressive by Shonda Davis. So Kopsky will go to the line.
And right now, it's helter-skelter out there. It's a full-court press of Columbia that's gotten us to a wild pace. Jackie Donovan wants her team to really care of the basketball and attack.
Kopsky good as gold from that line. Over 1,000 points for the season. She only needed 21. She has 24 points now.
And all those players who were looking at the bench were glad that they weren't looking down and seeing Kopsky next to them. A lot more comfortable seeing her out on the floor.
This is Button England playing with 3 fouls. Over to Simmons. 36-28.
Zone defense really collapsing inside.
Lefty, the scooperoo. Jessica Simmons getting it done in this fourth quarter. 6 points for her in the fourth alone.
Johanna Wright's team being very aggressive right now, picking up a couple cheap fouls. Here's this move into the lane, the dump off by Simmons, a nice hook. She's able to go to her left hand. That's why as a post player, if you with both hands around the basket, so much more difficult to defend.
Romeo at the line. She has no points in the ball game. This is her first chance at the free throw line. Just a 5'5" guard. She's a senior. This is the front. 10 team fouls against Columbia, so they're in the double bonus. 17 fouls against Sterling. For Jennifer Romeo. 37-30 is our score. 3:49 is what the clock says. There's the high, but the low wasn't there. Simmons does it alone. Wafili getting the rebound, pushes it back up, and it goes in.
She finally got one of those putbacks. She continues to crash the offensive boards.
Savage with the double team on her, lobs it up ahead to Romeo. Kopsky walking slow. And that was a very quick, obvious foul by Wafili, but
And not the person you want to foul.
No.
Be aggressive defensively. Last thing you want to do is put Kopsky to the line. A perfect 8 for 8 tonight. Nothing new for the 85% shooter on the season from the line.
.26 points for her in this ball game.
You got to play hard, but you also have to play smart. Not the foul you want to give.
And she likes shooting from here. She doesn't have to pressure that ankle too much.
Yeah, the best place when you're a little banged up. Walk to the line. No pressure, nobody bothering you.
Trying to save that clock, rolling it in.
Can't get too worried about the clock right now. There's still plenty of time.
Savage reaching her hand and slowed down that play. No basket there. But she will get 2 shots. The 4th foul has been called against Kenesha Wright.
Wafili, just a freshman, as you mentioned, a big spot, but she's been delivering throughout this state tournament. Had 8 important points against Sparta.
Her first trip to the line in the ball game. She had 2 points in the 2nd quarter, 2 points in the 3rd.
Wafili, another offensive board.
And frustration is starting to show here.
Look at Wafili, just battling inside, unable to come up with the ball.
Yeah.
Good call by the officials, went off her hands.
Dribbling with the double team pressure, triple team pressure.
And you see how important she is to that team. Not just scoring, but they're struggling against the full court press. So what do? Put it in her hands.
Oh, I don't know if I agree with that call. Button England called for smacking him, but I think she got all ball. Now the officials got a better look at it than I do. That is 4 fouls on her. So the timeout by Johanna Wright. 2:55 left in the ball game, down by 7.
Right now, Columbia's used so much energy getting back into the game with the full court pressure. And the last couple possessions, once they've gotten out of the full court press into the half court, they've given up quick fouls and not smart fouls.
Offensively, what does Columbia have to do to get back into this now? 7 points down.
Well, 1 of 2 things. Either pound the ball back inside to Simmons or Wafili, or this is the zone defense going to collapse inside. Somebody else from the outside's got to step up and make a shot. But that's not their strength. We talked about it. Just 13 threes made on the season. You get some teams that'll throw in 13 threes in a game. This is a team that's not used to hitting from the outside. So go back into your strength and put it inside to Simmons or Wafili.
Well, this game is winding down, but it doesn't mean basketball is winding down here on CNH. SHABAZZ against St. Anthony's is coming up. Their Tournament of Champions final immediately following this ball game. So you'll stick around. Both of these games being played here at the Continental Arena. All part of the First Union New Jersey Nets Tournament of Champions doubleheader this day. And I guess we could call it a bit of a triple header with a hockey game later on tonight.
Got a lot going on. And take a look right there. Sterling's got 1 full and 1:30 left, as does Columbia. Jump ball arrow favors Sterling if there's another tie-up.
Sterling free throws, 12 of 16. In her last 2 games, 20 for 20. So far, she's 10 for 10 today.
And that's why we said they were not smart fouls, because that's not who you want to put on the line. Her first miss in the last 2 games after going a perfect 20 for 20.
We just jinxed her. Whoa, that's rare. You've just seen history.
Still plenty of time for Columbia to score and then set the press.
Good move there by Wafili. Jump ball is called. Possession arrows pointing back the other way.
They get the ball into Wafili. Good defense by Wright to hold her ground.
A lot of eyeballing going on down there. Officials got him to cool off. We have a shoelace, that's why there's this delay here. Okay, so Sterling has the ball, 2:40 on the game. And the foul's called against Wafili. I thought there were some hard feelings. That's 3 fouls for her.
And again, not the person you want to foul. I mean, you're putting Kopsky back to line. I know she missed too, but
somehow I don't think that's going to be a trend.
Yeah, don't bank on that. You're not going to get back into the game by putting her on the foul line.
Headed for Drexel next year. Whoa. Or maybe Wafili knows something we don't. Yes. And 3 straight free throws. She sinks that one to give her team 40 points to Columbia's 32. 2.5 minutes remain in this Tournament of Champions. Simmons, yes.
Right back up into the full court pressure.
8 points for Simmons in this second half after 5 in the first. That's against JoJo Wafili.
And you see Simmons right there grabbing JoJo, saying that's not the person we want to foul. Still plenty of time. You just got to settle back down.
It's only 6 points. That's 3 baskets, 3 possessions. Maybe 2 if you sink a 3.
You can hit a 3. I mean, once they beat the pressure, then you've got to regroup and now go out and try and play some decent half-court defense. They've not given themselves that opportunity by committing silly fouls.
So after missing a row, she has now made 3 in a row and pushes back to an 8-point ball game. Squaring up for the 3. Doesn't go for Button England.
And Wafili there covering all kinds of ground for another offensive rebound and put back. There's a trap spot.
Good ball movement, and they're not really looking to shoot. They're looking to eat up the clock here. They're all spread out. She's just going to hold on to it and say, foul me. She drives and draws.
She's back to the line again, but not who you want to put onto the line. Jessica Simmons knows that. She's trying to tell her teammates right here, don't foul her. Don't foul 52. So this time they didn't have a chance because Kopsky able to drive all the way deep into the lane.
And draw the foul. 3 fouls now on Jessica Simmons. Clock says 1:45, and the score is 42-30. She said, foul another girl. I just read her
Everybody's
lips.
telling her. Not only Simmons, not only Jessica, but Johanna Wright. What happens is once you get out of the full court pressure, you got to match back up. So many times you'll see defenders, when the ball leaves, they go chase the ball. Instead, you've just got to find your man, go up and put defensive pressure on, and then that way, when somebody besides Kopsky touches the ball, you're able to give up the foul.
Absolutely, and so many youngsters forget that. They get swept up into the press and forget the second half of that assignment.
Exactly. You see so many people, ball leaves somebody's hands and everybody's running to the ball. It's like watching a 3rd grade YMCA game where everybody's just, it's a pack.
Swarm ball, yeah.
That's it, just
bunch
a pack
of bees
running
and a
around.
.42 score.
That time stepped off the line. That's what Jackie Donovan's saying. Stay on the line and finish your follow through. As soon as the ball left her hand, she took a step back.
I think we have an ankle factor here.
Yeah, she's probably not able to get as much lift.
What she wants from that foot, so she's making adjustments. Adjustments she might not even be aware of mentally. Open path for JoJo. Simmons puts it back.
Once again, it's Kopsky breaking the press.
They're saying foul her. And they did. 4 fouls now on Gail Wafili. Savage, a 65% free throw shooter at the line. Was at the line once already in this game and missed. They made that one.
Out the senior point guard, a 4-year starter. Hitting big foul shots coming down the stretch.
I don't know why they call her Sam. Her given name is Christina. 45-37. Wafili, lefty, no. Dribbling out of it. Here comes Sterling. Savage with the ball. A lot of ball movement by Sterling. They look to foul somebody, but the ball's moving too fast.
That's a good job. Keep the ball moving.
Give her a bear hug there. There you go.
Keep the ball moving.
And that should be 5 fouls for her. She has fouled out of the ball game, and that wraps up the career of Button England, averaging 6 points per game, 55 rebounds on the season. She is fouled out of this Tournament of Champions final. Kopsky making 3 of her last 4 free throws.
Smile on her face now. A few minutes ago when she was down on the ground after turning that ankle.
From tears to cheers, huh?
Yep, goes pretty quick. Look at her second half. 22 points now here in the second half. That'll even put a smile on Bill Urich's face.
Simmons going up on the left side. Good for 2. She now has 10 points in this 4th quarter.
Had a big
19
one.
overall.
Well, not a smart play there by Chandra Davis. She wanted to give up the foul, but she just pushed from behind.
As intentional, so.
Got to make a play on the ball. Instead now, you see Johanna Wright walking down. She knows. Just 6-point game. If you're able to force a miss on the line, you're still in it. Instead, Sterling will get 2 shots plus possession of the ball.
And that is a difference on this intentional. Romeo's been to the line once before, missing the first, making the second. Goes 0 for 2 on this, but Sterling will keep the ball.
And that's where it becomes such a tough play by giving up the intentional foul. If it's not the intentional, you got the 2 misses. They have ball down by 6, still in the game. Got to make a play on the ball.
And that was really a point of emphasis here in the rules to stop the fouling at the end so players wouldn't get hurt, because that's how teams got the possession back.
And how smart they come up with the set play that puts it into Kopsky's hand, forces Wafili to pick up her 5th foul.
So that wraps up the night for Wafili. 15 points for her as she closes out a stellar career at Columbia.
Now, 1,000-point score to go along with over 1,000 rebounds. But you see the emotion when it all comes to an end.
A little bigger lineup trying to get the rebound. Selena Kershaw in the game for Columbia. (16 of 21 from the line for Kopsky. (17 of 22. 34 points for Jessica Kopsky. Sterling's ball as it bounces off a Columbia player's hand. Under 30 seconds left in this Tournament of Champions.
Columbia made a great run to get back into it here in the 4th quarter. Their pressure defense, though, just took too much out of them.
As South Jersey looks to Sterling as their first champion here. This is Gooding whistled for the foul.
Last year, Sterling was upset in the semifinals. They were the number 2 seed, upset by Toms River North in the semis. They wanted to make sure that they got back here this year. They did that. were not happy with their 4th seed. Thought it was going to be a little bit higher, and then proved
everybody wrong.
By beating RBC in the semifinals. The upset of the clear-cut favorite coming into the tournament. Now doing a terrific job here of finishing it off.
Armbruster back in the game for the Sterling Lady Knights. Timeout has been called by Johanna and her Columbia Cougars. 48-40 is our score. And Jessica Kopsky with 34 points will get another free throw to make after this timeout.
And what Johanna Wright's doing is she's going to get some young players into the game. Down by 17.9 seconds left to go. What a nice gesture by the coach to get some of her younger players an opportunity to step onto the floor here in the TFC final.
If they come back next year or the year after, they'll say, hey, I remember what it's like to play at the Continental Airlines Arena. I remember what it's like to take a look at these lights and to have this crowd or this noise or the TV cameras in your face. Experience is important. And how about Jackie Donovan? She has 2,516 points, and she saw Jessica Kopsky break that record. She was a 2-time Group 2 state champion. She was an MVP in '89 and '90, and now she's back here as a coach. Played college ball at Penn State.
And one of the things is so many times when you have an interim coach stepping in, it can be a difficult situation. But she played for Bill, knew exactly what he was doing the whole time. So it was a natural extension when Bill stepped out with the triple bypass surgery for Jackie to step in, pick things up right where they left off.
So here come the young guns for Columbia. And once again, we're going back to the free throw line. They're sending Lauren Armbruster to the line. She's a 61% free throw shooter. And while Columbia is showing some long faces, they certainly have a lot to be proud of. I mean, Essex County champions in '96, '98, '99, and of course this year. 6-time they were the conference champions. You know, this year, last year, the year before that. My goodness, 6 years in a row.
Well, this senior group has done a great job as freshmen. They got all the way to the TFC finals where they lost to Mendham, able to get back to the TFC final in their senior year. So this group of seniors has really left their mark on Columbia basketball.
Poor Armbruster doesn't get the point in this championship game, but get nonetheless. 5 seconds, it's over. 5/10 of a second that was, and we have a champion of champions in the Sterling Lady Knights. They were the Group 2 champions for the past 2 years, and this year they can add an asterisk to their state championship as they went on to become the New Jersey Tournament of Champions winner. Congratulations to them. Final score is 48-41, and you can see the emotions flooding in that huddle as these seniors hug each other goodbye. 5 senior starters for Sterling. Johanna Wright's team doing a magnificent job this season, just couldn't get it finished. And how about Bill Ulrich hugging everyone in sight? How about looking, you know, down some very serious surgery in January, only to be here in March saying, we're the champions.
And as soon as that horn ran, he and Jackie hugged. Great emotion right there. Former player and in as the interim coach, Jackie Donovan, doing a remarkable job of keeping this team together and getting themselves all the way to the TFC final where they come away with the 8-point win.
Kopsky and Savage hugging. What a tandem they have been. Assists and points, those two. And now this is a career that comes to a close. As Sterling says so long to Jessica Kopsky. 34 points for her in this game. She had 43. She would have crossed 3,000 points. She's a little short of that, but
tell you what, if she didn't go down with the ankle injury, she might have gotten
above
that. But what a second half performance by her. Every time her team needed her to make a basket or help break the pressure, she was there to deliver. What you would expect from your senior star.
And what an emotional roller coaster for this woman, Jackie Donovan, seeing the man who coached her, seeing the player who broke her record, and now guiding this team during his absence while he was in surgery, and then having him behind her on the bench. A very emotional season for this Sterling squad. They say goodbye to some real superstars on this team, getting it done in the year 2001. Heading to Drexel. hoping to keep the scoring up. This is Johanna Wright. She has 400 career victories. Hugs and kisses for her. And you can see they're getting poised to present the runners-up trophy. Johanna Wright's Columbia High School team, 1998 and 2001 Group 4 champions. That's the larger school division. Johanna Wright is married to Lonnie Wright, former Denver Bronco.
To Sterling head coaches Jackie Donovan and Bill Ulrich.
And now the announcement, Ulrich.
And look what he does. He brings Jackie Donovan
out there with them.
Only fitting. It was both of them that were responsible for this great run.
It was a team effort by the players and a team effort by the coaches. They've never won it before. In fact, South Jersey's never won it before. So the Sterling Lady Knights end that string saying South Jersey is well represented now in this tournament of champions. And we'll be back. Congratulations, our 48-40 is the score in this Tournament of Champions final. The score is 48-40, and just moments ago they presented the Most Valuable Player Award to, no surprise, Jessica Kopsky. She finishes with 34 points in this ball game to lead her team to an 8-point win over Columbia, this Tournament of Champions. And you can see the Sterling team is poising for the victory picture. Rob Rooks is waiting for that picture to be snapped so he can talk to Jessica Kopsky. They had to get Bill Ulrich over there, and everyone is nothing but smiles on that team. Now, the leading scorer for Columbia was their Jessica Simmons. She had 19 points, 15 points for Gail Wafili, as they had a valiant effort this day. Just came up a little short against the Sterling Lady Knights, who just seemed to have the hotter hand this day.
Well, they did it too. They did a terrific job defensively in that first quarter, really setting the tone, and then when Kopsky got going offensively in the second half, that's when they were able to stretch the lead out.
So high fives all around. Let's go now to our own Rob Brooks, who's standing by.
With the coach, and for once, Jackie, a coach can honestly say, when this season started, you didn't expect to be the head coach of the TOC champions.
I absolutely did not. It's been an unbelievable feeling, an absolute feeling right now. But honestly, you might call me the head coach, and I'm the one that's standing up there. But really, it's Bill Ulrich is the head coach of this team, and he's gotten them to this point, and he deserves to be here right now.
How special is it? He was your coach, then he's been your mentor, and now you've been able to step in when he needed you and to keep the team together and keep this team rolling to the championship.
He's just an incredible person. What he's done for me as a player goes unspoken, and now as a coach really helped me get my feet wet and understand what it's like to get at this level. I might not have the teams or the players, but to understand what goes on behind the scenes and to be very supportive. And I know it's hard for him to kind of be the one sitting down right now, but very supportive of me, and it just means a lot to me that he is here and could be here with us today for this.
Coach, it's always nice to have records, but you had to give one up to one of your own players this year, Jessica. Tell me about that. Tell me what it was like to have Jessica and have that type of score on your team.
You know, Jessica is just an incredible athlete. She worked really hard, and she just, if somebody deserves to be the best, to be the MVP of the Tournament of Champions, it is her. Her work ethic, coming back from the injuries, so she couldn't feel her toes, kind of coming back and wanting to come back in the game, coming in and hitting 2 big shots for us right away. So she deserves to break the record and to be to everything that she did today. So I'm very proud of her.
Well, thanks a lot, Coach. We want to bring Coach Ulrich in here standing by. Coach, why don't you come on in and join us for a moment here?
Thank you, dear.
How special is it, I mean, to have one of your people keep the program going while you were away, you know, to continue the tradition that you had started?
Super special. Jackie, the whole coaching staff did a great job. Probably don't realize it. Kim Cahill, our other assistant, played for me, was here in 1983 when we got to the state finals in this arena. Didn't fare too well. She coached with me for 8 years, and in this situation when Jackie had to move up, came back and helped out the program too. And those two, along with John Daly and Bill Mitchell, our freshman coach, did just a phenomenal job.
Now, Coach, although you weren't technically the head coach, I was watching you there on the bench, and you were as fired up as any head coach in the building.
Well, you know, after all these years, it was just a dream come true for us. And although Jackie was in control and charge, I thought with my experience, I could offer some positive suggestions.
When you saw Jessica go down, and she looked like she was hurt, what was running through your mind at that point? The game got a little nip and tuck there for you.
How soon we could get her taped and back in the game, to be honest with you. I knew when she came over, she said she's going back in, so I really wasn't overly worried.
Coach, I want to thank you for spending some time with us. Congratulations, just a fantastic effort. Now we're going to bring in Jessica Kopsky, the MVP of this game, number 52. Jessica, how you doing? Congratulations. Just another wonderful effort. 34 points. You crossed the 1,000-point barrier this season. Almost got to the 3,000. Could it be any more perfect for you?
It was a great season. I mean, there's no other way to go out than in a win. So, yeah, I'm excited.
It was funny to watch you, and not that it was funny to watch you writhing, but your coach got you to laugh while you were down there on the floor, and on the way back to the bench, Coach Ulrich said, make it quick.
Yeah.
And you were really edgy to get back out there.
Yeah, we just wanted to get out and get a lead in the beginning and just keep on playing hard, and so we did.
Got a little nip and tuck for you guys there in the fourth quarter. It's probably tighter than you would have liked it.
Yeah, they were great. They came out with a great effort, and awesome. They played awesome.
You've had a fantastic tournament. Have you talked to Candace over at Drexel about what you've been doing and getting her excited about? They've been touting you there as the big time, the big recruit, the big catch of the year.
Yeah, I talked to her a couple times, and I'm as excited as she is to go there. So we're excited.
Jessica, fantastic career. Thanks a lot. Thanks for spending some time with us. The MVP of the game, Jessica Kopsky, joining me. I'm going to go over to Leandra and Rob, and they have some closing thoughts here at the girls' final.
First, coming up immediately after this game, Rob Brooks will take a look at this exciting matchup here between the public school champion Clifton Mustangs, led by freshman. And I don't have the right copy for that. My apologies, everyone, but it is SHABAZZ against St. Anthony's coming up next. A reminder about that. This is a wrap-up here. Congratulations to the winners of the 13th Annual Tournament of Champions. And you can see SHABAZZ is on the floor getting their team photo taken. St. Anthony's just had their taken. Mick Moninghoff will be here with Rob Kennedy to call all the action, along with Rob Brooks. And it is real exciting boys basketball that is immediately following this telecast, so stay with us here. And there you see our champions heading out. Congratulations to the winners of the 13th Annual Tournament of Champions. Tony Smith, our producer, John Anderson, director. For Rob Brooks, Rob Kennedy, I'm Leandra Riley. Good night, everyone.